What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Toys in My Closet. And it's me, your boy, the one and only, your host, Hebot, action figure enthusiast and video game historian and aficionado. So, here we go. In front of us, I finally have the utmost privilege to get my hands on the PowerCon exclusives Masters of the Universe Classics. And yes, these quite possibly can be the very last figures in Classics line that we will probably get in a while. Now that Mattel has acquired back the licensing distribution rights for the toys and took it away from Super 7. At least for this scale and for this property at the moment. So, we still do have the Snake Mountain that's supposed to come out sometime early next year. And we also still have the last Collector's Choice Club, which is, I believe, the figures based off the Masters of the Universe real live action movie with Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella, and the last Club Grayskull wave with the Filmation Stratos, Shadow Weaver, and some other stuff, characters which I forgot off the top of my head. And then that will be, indefinitely the last of the classic style He-Man figures for the moment, which I hope that does change, and I hope they allow either Super 7 or even Mattel themselves let the Four Horsemen continue to bring out some more characters and vehicles and beasts, because we still have a plethora of other ones that we never got, like Land Shark and like a Mantisaur and like Spydor and like the Road Ripper, Laser Bolt, Blaster Hawk, Flight Fighter, a bunch of cool ones that we still really should have gotten and haven't gotten yet. So, let's get into it. This pack is the 3-pack, which is called the Samurai versus Snake Troopers. This was an amalgamation of characters and figures and pieces of other characters and figures existing in the Classics line that they put together to be released back in the vintage era, and I believe never got released. And I think they were showed and presented either in some type of promotional comic book or in the actual comic itself. I really don't know the full, real 100% details on it, but yes, these were supposed to be released and never got released. And of course, from the comic book, I believe in the UK, and I could be wrong, forgive me if I am, or correct me down in the comments below if I am wrong, the Slime Pit Horde Zombie He-Man, where he gets intoxicated by the slime pit, by one of Hordak's henchmen and Hordak himself, and he becomes into an evil zombie style He-Man. And this was in one of the comic books, I believe, in the UK. So, you see how they keep in the traditional motif of the Classics line since the very beginning, in the open window bubble, where you can see the characters as they are presented, and with some nice highlights and details. So we'll look at them individually, unbox them, and see what they have to offer. So sit back, bear with me. I hope you enjoy and have a good time, and let's see these characters more up close and personal. I'm very excited myself, and it's been a long time coming because I've been waiting for them for, quite frankly, almost 8 months to close to a year now. So, let's, get right to it. Here we have the Horde Zombie He-Man. And for some reason, because he is a green translucent or a dark green translucent figure, my lighting on the figure really doesn't translate well in front of the camera, because it looks really, really dark, or at least that's the way it looks on the camera. So we'll take a quick look at him in packaging. And here we have him. He looks quite interesting. Like I said, His face is also painted dark, so it's kind of hard to see him in the packaging. Let's see. There he goes. Let's see. Maybe that'll help a little bit. There he is. Really nice. Horde Zombie He-Man. Mind control monster of the evil Horde. Then it says on the side it's part of the collector's choice. And look, they have the label from Mattel. So these were distributed by Mattel this time around. PowerCon exclusive. And then it has slime dripping and oozing down the label and the packaging, as you see right on the Masters of the Universe logo. There's dripping ooze of slime, and also, as you can see there on the very top as well. So turn him around and he has a really cool, as you can see, animated drawing of him. It shows the other characters from that are PowerCon exclusive. As you see, promotional shots. Really cool. Collect them all, Horde Zombie He-Man. And then in the bios, as you see here, let's see what it says. You can read it a little bit. Surrounding himself to Hordak in order to save hostage Blondron and Court Zara, He-Man becomes the first of many victims of the dreaded slime pit, operated by Hordak's swiny minion, Slime Pig. The slime pit coated He-Man with slime enhanced with pure malevolence. Horde Zombie He-Man became Hordak's menacing, controlled enforcer, sent to destroy Skeletor until the elder Stone-Dar freed him with the magic of the Sun Stone. He-Man destroyed the slime pit, setting free its other victim, but remnants of Hordak's slime remained. After the reawakening, Skeletor's former pig boy, Slamurai, convinced his Potient's Kingsman, right? Slimy Pig, to help Skeletor use the slime remnants to make the slime pit, and again possesses He-Man to lead an army of slime-covered mutant bone warriors to save her brother. She-Ra augmented her healing ability with the magic of the Spectre of Power, and eradicated the evil slime once and for all. So my reading is not too good right now because the lighting and I don't have my glasses, but that's okay. You guys got the gist of it. So again, try to look at it a little closer in packaging. So let's rip him right up out of packaging and see what he's gonna do for us. So here we have Horde Slime Pit He-Man, or Horde Zombie He-Man, however you want to call him, out of packaging. And he looks like your typical standard He-Man, especially if you're very close and familiar with how they do the classic stuff. Now, I will say that right off the packaging, I noticed that the material on the figure has the same feel of the plastic from the He-Mans that we got with Mattel from the Classics line from the very beginning. Because the plastic that Super 7 uses, it's a little different. It feels, I guess, a little cheaper. Meaning, I guess it's because Super 7 is a more independent company and they're very small. So they have to use what they can afford, obviously, based off their standard. So he looks really cool. I don't like that his face is shaded really, really black. This is the Savage He-Man portrait. His hair looks really slimy and green, rather, with nice little wash to it. As you can see, the sculpting is there. The teeth are painted white with the red eyes. The harness is like a metallic slime green or money green with a nice sheen to it, with the emblem painted really well, and the red on the harness that goes to the back, and it is the removable one. Once again, unlike Super 7, they weren't removable. And you see it's very translucent, as you can see. I know me having the green background and neon green might not complement this figure too much, but I'll do my best to show it to you guys where it doesn't look too tacky. And there's his gauntlet in gold. Gauntlet in gold here as well, with a goldish, it's like a goldish metallic green. It's weird. Then the actual loincloth with the rivets in greenish, yellowy, like to manipulate the slime look. And his boots with the black leather straps over the loincloth's material of the boots. And the only thing this figure suffers, honestly, and I guess the other ones, is that by today's standards, this figure is now dated as far as articulation. His hands do go up; they're in a ball joint. They do go all the way around. But he does have the bicep swivel. But here in the elbow, he only has a single joint and goes up only that much because there's no double joints in. And then the hinge of the hand just goes around. There's no hinging to go inward or outward. So that makes the figure feel a little dated. He does have a swivel on the waist and on the torso. He does have the crunch, but you can't move him left or right. Then his head goes left and right. And then there's no real up and down. Not too much. And there's definitely no tilt because it's not on a ball joint that they use now, on a double hinge ball joint. But still the figure looks really nice. It's nicely sculpted. Then he has the swivel on the upper thigh, only a single on the knee, not double, a swivel on the top part of the boot, and then up, down, and then obviously the left and right from the boot cup. And there's no rocker on this one. Some of the other He-Mans later on were actually had rockers on. So that's what he has, and that's what he looks. And then he comes for accessories with extra portrait, which is the He-Man with the classic look, obviously, the classic style He-Man face that they did originally. Then they did the one based on the vintage toy, which looks cool. This is my favorite portrait with the grunt in his face. Looks mean and pretty badass, and with the hairstyles not too crazy or flamboyant. Then he comes with the axe, obviously, in a nice translucent green. The hilt of it and the handle, you see where it holds it, it's actually a solid green. And then the rest is translucent, which is kind of cool. And then the same thing with this power sword. It's all solid, one piece, solid money green with yellow. See through there on the sword. And then obviously on the shield, same thing. Traditional money green, see-through slime pit green. So let's put it on him real quick. We'll do this. Let's see. I'll put it on this side, like so. I want to change his portrait, even though I like the Savage He-Man face for this one in particular. It differentiates it. I'm gonna put the axe on this side. I forgot how hard it is because of the plastic. It feels really hard when you first get them with these masters. And I got like a stress mark here, which is kind of scary because I hope that doesn't mean it's gonna break on me with time. So I'll try to be as gentle as possible. Put the sword in the back on the sheath. The power sword, which you can barely see. Actually, I think I put it the wrong way. There it is. Put it there. Boom. Then what I'll do is let me change his head carefully. Oops. Look at that. The light went running on me. I'm gonna put the portrait I like best. Just so you guys can see. And it popped in very nicely. It is rough though. Oof. That's scary. I'll have to heat it up and make sure that it doesn't. Oh, snap. And this is the one I like the most. Even though it feels like, he has a long neck. But he just looks like the traditional vintage toy He-Man. This is the one I like right there. I like it. I like it. I don't know if I have. I wonder if I have a display. Don't know. Oh, let me see if I can put him in one of these McFarlane NECA stands. See if it holds them. Oh, look at that. Perfect. There it is. Boom. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a nice turn real quick. Put the head there. So you guys take another look at him. Turning him around. There you go. Oh my lord. This is really trying to mess with me. And there we have him, ladies and gentlemen. Horde Zombie He-Man. So, he's really nice. I hope you guys were lucky enough to get your hands on him. I believe he's still up for sale in Big Bad Toy Stores. So, if you're trying to add him to your collection, I guess run there and catch him before he sells out. He is pricey because he's a PowerCon exclusive, and it was through Big Bad Toy Stores that you were able to get the figures only this time around, not through the actual PowerCon people themselves. So he's a little pricier. So let's take a look at the next group of characters. And here we go, Samurai and the Snake Troopers. Let's turn it around. Again, it says in the corner here, PowerCon exclusive. And sponsored by Mattel, like I said. On the other side, I think it's the same thing. Then in the back, it has this beautiful new artwork that was done exclusively for the back. Look at that. That's awesome. I gotta cut that out and keep that. That's beautiful. And then it has bios for both the figures. Or both of the sets of figures, I guess. So for Samurai, and they're pretty long too. For Samurai, it says, Samurai was an honorable warrior who protected his home world of Bushido from Ninjor and an army of terracottas, defeating them with his katana Kuran, which enabled him to magically outnumber his foes. He intended to live in peace until the magician, Uncle Montork, arrived seeking allies to help defend. Oh, Trala, okay. Samurai took up his helm of Hakira, or Hikari, enchanted by the honor of his ancestors and able to protect him from evil spells. He then joined Uncle Montork's reinforcements to turn the tide against the ravaged squads after the revenge squad, right? After the death of Skeletor's. Samurai helmed enabled him to free his friend Rajar from the mind-controlling spells placed upon him by Lady Slither. Never one to boast, Samurai returned home without celebration, only to discover Ninjor had taken his own revenge by turning his wife Agaisha to stone with magic stolen stolen from the Snake Mountain Griff stricken. Samurai buried his enchanted helm at her feet, hoping its magic might restore her to life eventually. He then donned his assassin's garb and searched for a ninja as a spy and an assassin for hire, twatting villains across the universe by infiltrating their organizations while also gathering information on Ninjor's whereabouts. His quest ended on Eternia, where he thwarted Ninjor's attempted assassination of He-Man on the day of his coronation. Even though saving the Eternian cost him his chance to obtain vengeance, with skillful stealth and masterful fighting style, Samurai encountered evils every strike. So we'll go look at the Snake Troopers, and now the Snake Troopers, it says right here, a host of Snake Men soldiers followed by Lord Garops. When the unnamed one sent him to forge an alliance with Horde Prime that would enable the evil Trollins to escape from the nameless dimension. Though loyal, these soldiers could never have imagined their ghastly fate. To rectify their treaty, Horde Prime augmented Garup's troops with Horde world science, surgically enhanced with bionics and transformed into self-repairing cyborgs. The heartless soldiers were also lobotomized and connected to the central computer brain of the Hoard Troopers. Outfitted in armor bearing the evil Horde's crest, the brigade came to symbolize a new unholy alliance. They accompanied Garups to Eternia, which was reeling from an invasion by the forces of Hordak. Despite animosity between the evil Horde and the Snake Men, Garup met with King Hiss and convinced him to join Hordak for an assured Eternian victory. Mistrustful of the cyborg soldiers, which he referred as Garup's unblinking abominations, King Hiss nevertheless saw value in these powerful minions and agreed that temporary alliance with his old enemies could prove beneficial. After the second ultimate battleground, the Snake Troopers followed Garups when he escaped to join Lady Slither on Trala. Their Fangor repaired the troopers' cybernetics failed to notice the evil Horde's chip implanted in their brains. When Slither forces returned to Eternia, the Snake's troopers were paired with a diabolical snakes, now overseen by Reptilex, forming a deadly team of soldiers and assassins. To Lord Garup's Kagrin, the Snake Troopers later abide Hordak's reawakened spirit, which used its new robotic armor to manually control the Snake Troopers' evil Horde mind chips. So there you have it. Pow! Let's get right into it, because that took some time, and let's take a closer look at these wonderful new characters for the classics. So here we go, guys, out of the box and packaging, and let's take a quick look first at the Snake Armored Troopers. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really like these. I don't think they're as cool looking as they look in the actual artwork. The green on the Snake Men are different. I have him here holding his axe, which is the axe that came with Blast Attack. This is the Hoard Trooper, obviously armor with the motif of black and gold, or like a bronze, like a kind of like the color of copper of the penny, copper, like that copper gold or bronze, whatever. The symbol's done nice in red, and this is a separate piece, like the troopers were. The legs, I believe, are from like King Is. The boots are from Horde. These gauntlets, I don't remember, because it has like a spike in the back. I don't know if they were from the troopers themselves. But yeah, that's the pieces that they used. You know, obviously this head is, I believe, from Rattler and the Snake Trooper 2-pack. And like I was telling you guys before, some of the differences with some of the other newer style figures, as you see here in the bottom, this one has rocker forward and backwards, and then left to right with the cut swivel on the boot, as you see here. And they got the rockers, and he also has better motion in the head, up, down, left and right, and it has like a little bit of tilt. And you can also do splits. There's some of the old, ones that were like old later on. And you see that they have like these tattoos that they did on the top, which look really cool. So he looks pretty cool. Not my favorite. I kind of wish that, we'll take a look at the other one. It's the same exact thing, except the head, as you see, it's much greener. And he has the tattoo a little bit different. It's the only difference between them is the green and the sculpt of the head. But the only thing I wish is that they had like, maybe one came with the helmet on top, a Hoard Trooper helmet with the face where it's looking right through it, and then one with a visor and without it. I think it would have made them look cooler. So I mean, they're nice for what they are, but I think that would have made them better. I love the matte black paint job on them. It's really well done. The paint for them, at the very least, is very cleanly done. Very cleanly done, and he holds the axe much better on his left hand, which would be our right, than he does on his right. So that is for the Horde Trooper. Now the real star of this 3-pack, in my opinion, is the White Ninja Samurai, which is basically a amalgamation also of Ninjor, but in white with the baby breath blue and metallic blue, and these highlights of these silver gray on it. Like, he looks really, really, really nice. And then the soft light gray. And to be honest, this figure, even the those plaques of symbols of samurai writings, this white, ivory white with the blue and the gray, the sculpt is really awesome. With the blue metallic shine and the eyes, it really pops a whole lot. And I love ninjas, so it's like my favorite out of the pack. But I think with this suit, it looks better, probably, with the, let's see if I can do it here on camera, hopefully without breaking anything, with the, it came right out again. Oh man, you gotta warm these up sometimes, and it sucks because you don't want to break it on camera, and it keeps popping out. Please do not break on me. Please do not break on me. Usually they pop in, so as you can see, boom. I think this setup of this suit looks a lot better with his, with the Cyclone Samurai Head sculpt from the 2000X, which looks really, really good. It's basically Cyclone, but with the samurai motif on it and all that detail on the helmet. And then with this armor, we can put, because he comes with these accessories, he comes with his arrows, which are painted metallic baby breath blue with the metallic on it. arrow holster with the arrows, sheath. I mean, the blade, the katana blade with the silver gray wrappings on the hilt. That's in white, or the handle, and then the gray, soft gray on the blade. He brings the nunchucks with the nice rubber, but it's not too. It's pliable, but it doesn't feel cheap. With the soft gray and the white handles, and then obviously this, his arrow contraption, his actual bow and arrow with an arrow going through it, and it's already molded. I'm probably gonna paint these in silver to make it look more realistic, and this here also in silver or gray to give it more of a punch. But then for the first time ever in He-Man classic history, I believe it comes with a cloth material. As you see here, look, it has a hole there. Oh no, because it was pinched down. A nice cloth, and then the belt to hold it, obviously. So I'll put this on him really fast. Put the sheath there to host all his weapons. So it goes like so. Then I'm gonna put the arrows this way to hold it, so it looks like it's part of the thing here. And then I'll put the blade on his hand. The katana blade. I'll put it on his hand. I'll put it on this one, as a matter of fact. Real quick. Put it on this one. I'm trying not to get any paint splashes. And then I'll put the, like the handle for the nunchuck just hanging down from him there. Like it's kind of, lingering around basically. Like so. Or like so. Like it's wrapped around. Again, like I said, with this here. And here you go. And this is what I think he looks like best with this, with this suit. I think he looks best like this. And I mean, you could take this off too. Let's see what it looks like without it. You have that, like that, which also looks really good too. And it almost makes me wish I had like two of them. Wow. Because you can really display them and have a lot of nice display options. And he also could do the split, and I think he has a rocker in the ankle. See, it's slight, but it's there. And then the left and right, up and down, and I believe you can even tilt the head. I gotta warm these up so they fit better. See, it's got somewhat of a tilt, not too much. What I'll do now though is I'll take the rest of this off. Excuse me, and I'll try to put on the other suit and see if it works the way I would like it to work. Let's see. So we put this on this way, like so. Ba-bam. And then you have to kind of. I'm going to pause right here. And with the magic of pausing and continuing, I'll be right back. Voila! And this is what I wanted to do ever since I saw him. I never saw really nobody try it, but I wanted to do it where I would put the bottom piece that was attached, that came, the bottom skirt piece that was attached, that came with Fujitsu. But I wanted to do it separate and put it over the cloth piece to make it look more, to have more of a ninja-esque type of pop and feel. And this is what he looks like. And you can't add none of the other stuff. So in this case, to add the sword and, on him to display him, obviously. And to add the nunchucks, if you take it out of here, obviously, it makes a lot of sense. Like so. It makes a lot of sense because you can display them like this, you see? The blade on one side, and then the nunchucks on the other side, like so. You see how it works? I think it looks good. It looks pretty cool. Old school style ninja action. And let's see what he looks like with the Cyclone Head, just to see. I think it'll look good too, to be honest. Cyclone Head. There it is. Finally form fitted itself correctly. And there you go. That's what I like. I like that look. That simple but kind of really majestic look that he's giving off. You see that? Oh man, that looks so badasseria, man. This looks great. In my opinion, it looks fantabuloso. You know what I mean? Look at that. Oh, this is great. This is great. Finally, a good ninja to combat Ninjor. So yeah, guys, there you have it. The PowerCon Exclusivos 3-pack Samurai, and obviously the Snake Hoard Troopers. And then I'm going to bring in, obviously, your friendly neighborhood zombie He-Man. These are all the classics figures from PowerCon. Obviously, from PowerCon. And these are really, really, really nice. It just makes me feel sad that we won't probably see more classic stuff in a long time, or for a long time, because of what's going on with the changes at Mattel and them trying to rebrand it to bring it out for a new generation, which I can't be mad, because if He-Man can live on forever or for many more years for other generations coming up, like I enjoyed it when I was growing up, I think that's fantastic. But it's just, as a original hardcore true fan from the vintage toys, not the cartoons or the comics, the actual toys, it just saddens me, because you want to see more, you want to see the rest. I would love to see what interpretation of Crystal Castle would look from coming from the Four Horsemen, or Fright Zone, for example, or to see what a Laser Bolt or a Road Ripper would look like, or a Land Shark, which we really need a Land Shark. Iconic, vehicles like so, and some of the other beasts. I hope that Mattel lets them do it in the long run, and finish it out and just give us the rest of the stuff, because they did such a fantastic job that the collection, even though it feels complete, it feels incomplete without some of those other precious, vintage, iconic, classic pieces. Alright guys, let me know what you think down below. Give me a like, thumbs up. Give me a dislike, thumbs down. Let me know what you think in the comments about this actual PowerCon exclusive pieces. If you guys are planning to get them, or if you guys got them already, or if you like them, or if you didn't like them. And as always, if you ever want to help me out in the future with my channel, from the kindness of your heart. You know what you guys can do. It's all down in the description. It's not mandatory. It all comes from you. So once again, guys, big shout outs to the collectors community, Masters of the Universe Motu fans, and all the Motu Facebook group. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.